Look at this summer squall. Unbelievable. Colton just left for work and this incredible storm happening. He's turning around. You can't even see him at the road. This is just like the blizzard video, but this is in the summer. Hail, but we can't even get out there to cover the car. Well, after we had the big squall come through, then we had a super hot day, or the power was out, and then when the power came back on, we had a transformer blow out front. And so that of course caused a grass fire down in the ditch between our yard, or our acreage, and the next acreage, and nobody noticed it except me. So I had to go out there with the watering can and use a watering can to stop it at first from coming to our area, which I did, and then I actually ran back, and Colton had grabbed a couple of shovels, and then we filled up some more buckets and went back out there. So here, this little watering can is the one that put out most of that fire. We called the fire department and they sent out a truck. Of course, that took quite a while for them to get here. And me and Colton are out there. I'm using the watering can, sprinkling water on the edge of the fire that's coming our way. And then finally, the neighbor here comes out with a front end loader full of dirt, which didn't do any good because he ended up just dumping it all in one spot, because of course it was wet from the squall, so he couldn't sprinkle it like I guess he thought he wanted to. And then finally a couple of neighbors showed up, but by then I had it pretty much contained, and Colton, and then the fire truck showed up and really gave it a good dousing. So now the power is back on. It was about 4 hours total without power, and I was out here as usual trying to manage my gopher problem afterwards. So that's how we met all the neighbors. I was first one on scene, started watering it down. Now the fire trucks are there. Neighbors are still out there chatting. Just happened to meet all the neighbors that way too. Good way to meet the neighbors. Andy, Connie, and Kale, Randy, firemen, SAS Power guys. Everybody was there. Very exciting. Still watering it down after I put most of it out. And finally we got the fire out, and fire department did their job, and then the power department came and did their job. So this guy lost just a tiny couple of swaths of his he had just swathed this on the weekend to lay it down to hay, and then we had the fire, as you can see here, put out. It's a great road for cyclists that come down. Howdy, brother. And right now we have this much burned. Didn't burn much of the telephone pole, luckily, because I was out here first putting it out and sprinkling the pole and the fire and the posts of his fence. And I see he cleaned up the swaths that were there that burned down. So anyways, that's the excitement out on Danneberg's acreage today, and ended up first time meeting all the neighbors, so they're all quite nice. And now we're fixing the damage that happened from the squall earlier today of that video you saw. So I got to fix the paper shed, I call it. It's a canvas shed that we have on the side of the house. Took a bit of a beating, as well as the downspouts. A couple of those came off when it was just pouring out at probably 1,000 gallons a minute off the roof. But other than that, no real major damage. The gopher holes, the gopher mounds are soft, so I scraped a couple of those off, as you can see here, and filled the holes again. Here, oh, here's a giant hole I totally missed. Look at that one. Holy. Got to get that one filled up. And this one here has a deflated ball in there. The gophers have already ejected golf balls out of the holes from me filling them up with golf balls last week. There's some of them right there sticking out. Go back to filling them up with coffee grounds. We'll get these gophers yet. Dun dun dun. Get rid of the gophers with coffee grounds. Yep. There you go. Dirty gophers. So we're slowly making it tough. Oh, there's a brand new one. Slowly making it tough for them to live here. Hopefully it doesn't just push them further and further to the house, which would be a drag. But we want to make sure we do it naturally, of course, because we have horses and dogs, so we don't want to put any poison down those holes, which would certainly cure it quickly, but not something we want to do with all our animals. So I replanted these trees. You saw from the other video, I have a video of me planting these trees, replanting these trees after the first ones died. These are apple trees and they're already stressed, as you can see, heat stressed, and we've been watering them religiously. But look at that. Oh, this one came out again from the squall this morning, pushing the dirt, pushing everything. Oh, get that pushed back in there. See if I can do that with my shoe. I'll poke a hole through my foot. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's go back to fixing this paper shed. Look at the beautiful, I love these brown-eyed Susans, they're called. They grow all over our driveway, on this corner of our driveway, self-seed, and then down the edges. Not as many seems this year as last year, I think because we cut them all, so hopefully they grow back along the driveway. It was really beautiful last year. And then this one here is one of the old trees I kind of transplanted over here to see if I could save it, see if it might come back next year, but she's not looking too good. It is still green underneath. I check it once in a while, and I guess it doesn't get watered, of course, when I go away, so maybe it's not green underneath anymore. Maybe I'll just put Christmas lights on that one, call it the Charlie Brown tree. Let me see if I should I break one of these off, see if how dry it is. No, it's still bendy. See, that's pretty bendy, so it's not like it's dry as a bone. Oh, that one is. Just as I say that, this one breaks right off. All right, that's not looking too healthy anymore. Poor thing. I hate to see things die, trees or animals, anything. I'd rather evict, like gophers. So here's the paper shed. Just fixed the back. This had blown right out. I just repaired this back end. And now, of course, I'm going to try to do something about these holes here that rip through when it beats against the top. So let's put some, I figured I'd use some of this heavy-duty spray adhesive first and then put some tape on it. If you put tape without spray adhesive, it just comes off right away, I find. So the best thing to do, spray it on with this.